Common eating mistakes among the elderly. Diet plays a crucial role in maintaining health, especially for the elderly. As people age, their bodies undergo various changes in digestion, nutrient absorption, and immune function. However, many elderly individuals continue to follow unhealthy eating habits that negatively impact their health, increasing the risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and osteoporosis. Below are some common dietary mistakes among the elderly. 1. Eating too much or too little. One of the most common mistakes among the elderly is not maintaining a balanced diet. Some eat too much, while others eat too little. Many elderly individuals continue to eat as they did when they were younger, without adjusting their food intake despite a reduced energy requirement. They often consume excessive amounts of rice, meat, and fatty foods, leading to excess calorie intake, weight gain, and obesity. Overeating can result in health issues such as diabetes, high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, and heart disease. Additionally, eating too much at night can cause indigestion, affect sleep quality, and increase the risk of acid reflux. On the other hand, some elderly people tend to eat too little due to various reasons such as reduced appetite, digestive disorders, fear of gaining weight, or financial difficulties. Eating too little deprives the body of essential nutrients, leading to fatigue, weakened immunity, anemia, and osteoporosis. A lack of proper nutrition also results in pale skin, hair loss, and reduced mobility. 2. Consuming excessive salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Overconsumption of salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats is a major factor contributing to various health problems among the elderly. Salt is an essential seasoning in daily meals, but excessive consumption can be harmful, especially to cardiovascular health. High salt intake increases blood pressure, strains the kidneys, and raises the risk of stroke. However, many elderly individuals still consume large amounts of salty foods such as fish sauce, pickled vegetables, dried fish, and processed foods high in sodium. In addition to salt, sugar is another culprit of poor health. Many elderly people enjoy sweets, desserts, and sugary drinks, unaware that excessive sugar intake can lead to obesity, accelerate aging, cause diabetes, and affect heart health. Furthermore, unhealthy fats found in fried foods, animal fat, red meat, and fast food contribute to atherosclerosis, high cholesterol, and cardiovascular diseases. Consuming too much saturated fat and trans fats can increase bad cholesterol levels, heightening the risk of stroke and liver dysfunction. 3. Lack of fiber in the diet. Fiber plays a vital role in supporting digestion, preventing constipation, and protecting cardiovascular health. However, many elderly people consume very few vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, resulting in fiber deficiency in their diet. A lack of fiber can lead to digestive problems, particularly chronic constipation. This not only causes discomfort but also increases the risk of hemorrhoids, colitis, and colorectal cancer. Additionally, insufficient fiber intake affects the metabolism of sugar and cholesterol in the body, making elderly individuals more susceptible to diabetes and heart disease. Moreover, fiber helps create a feeling of fullness, control weight, and maintain a healthy gut microbiome. Without enough fiber, elderly individuals may experience fatigue, loss of appetite, and difficulty maintaining the necessary energy levels for daily activities. 4. Not drinking enough water. Many elderly individuals tend to drink very little water because they do not feel thirsty or fear frequent urination, especially at night. However, not drinking enough water can lead to serious health consequences. Water makes up more than 70% of the body's weight and is essential for metabolism, toxin elimination, and temperature regulation. Inadequate water intake can lead to dehydration, dry skin, constipation, fatigue, and memory decline. Chronic dehydration also reduces blood circulation, making the heart work harder to pump blood, thereby increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease. Additionally, insufficient water intake affects kidney function, increasing the likelihood of kidney stones and kidney failure. The digestive system is also significantly impacted when the body lacks water, causing problems such as indigestion, bloating, and digestive disorders. 5. Over-reliance on processed foods. Processed foods such as canned goods, instant noodles, sausages, sweets, and carbonated drinks are often preferred by the elderly due to their convenience and appealing taste. However, these foods contain high levels of preservatives, artificial sweeteners, salt, and unhealthy fats, which can be harmful when consumed frequently. One of the biggest risks of processed foods is their high sodium and trans fat content, which increases the likelihood of high blood pressure, heart disease, and high cholesterol levels. Additionally, these foods often lack fiber and essential vitamins, failing to provide adequate nutrients for the body. Furthermore, processed foods may contain additives and artificial colorants that can trigger allergic reactions or impair liver and kidney function. Overconsumption of such foods can lead to uncontrolled weight gain, reduced immunity, and an increased risk of chronic diseases. A scientific diet plays a crucial role in maintaining the health of the elderly. Overeating or undereating, consuming unhealthy foods, inadequate water intake, or nutritional deficiencies can all have serious impacts on overall well-being. To improve this situation, elderly individuals need to establish a balanced diet, diversify food choices, and regulate their intake of salt, sugar, and fat in daily meals. A well-balanced diet not only promotes longevity but also enhances the quality of life, allowing the elderly to live healthily and happily with their loved ones. George and the secret to a healthy life. George Parker was a 75-year-old man living in a small suburban town in England. Despite his age, he maintained good health and a sharp mind. Every day, he spent time tending to his small garden, taking walks with his dog Buddy, and chatting with neighbors. Looking at his energy and agility, few would believe that he once struggled with serious health issues due to an unhealthy diet. When he was younger, George worked as a civil engineer. His busy job caused him to develop irregular eating habits. He often relied on processed foods, consumed too much salt and sugar, and rarely ate vegetables. Skipping breakfast became a habit, and he drank very little water since he never felt thirsty. These unhealthy routines lasted for many years until, at the age of 65, he started noticing a decline in his health. He frequently experienced headaches, insomnia, fatigue, and occasional dizziness. Climbing stairs became a challenge, and despite not eating more than usual, he gained significant weight. One day, while shopping at the market, George suddenly felt lightheaded and nearly fainted. He was rushed to the hospital for a checkup, and the results were alarming. The doctor diagnosed him with high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol levels, and signs of prediabetes. If he didn't change his diet and lifestyle, he faced a high risk of developing heart disease or even suffering a stroke. After that health scare, George realized he could no longer continue his old habits. He started making small but meaningful changes. First, he reduced the amount of salt in his meals and avoided processed foods. Instead of eating excessive red meat and fried foods, he switched to a diet rich in vegetables, fish, whole grains, and nutritious nuts. He also made an effort to drink enough water daily, replacing soda and coffee with plain water and natural fruit juices. Along with improving his diet, George also incorporated daily physical activity into his routine. At first, he walked slowly around his house, gradually increasing his distance. He also tried light yoga exercises to improve his flexibility. These new habits not only enhanced his physical health but also helped him feel more relaxed, sleep better, and stay in a positive mood. After a year of maintaining a healthy diet and lifestyle, George saw significant improvements. His blood pressure stabilized, his cholesterol levels dropped to a safe range, and his weight was well controlled. More importantly, he felt stronger, happier, and more energetic than before. Every morning, George took Buddy for a walk in the park, receiving compliments from his friends and neighbors. Many people asked about his secret to staying healthy at his age. George always smiled and said that everything started with daily eating habits. A healthy lifestyle not only extends life but also brings joy and comfort. Once someone who suffered from poor health due to an unhealthy diet, George had completely transformed himself through mindful living. Now, he not only enjoyed a strong and active life but also inspired those around him, showing them that taking care of one's body is the key to a happy and meaningful life. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with the latest videos. See you in the next one.